Hello students, my name is Professor Kakade Vedi. Today we are going to learn about subject structural design 1. This is the third lecture, so I don't have to revise the whole section about the subject. And the second chapter is the design of connection. In the design of connections, we are going to learn about the different connections which we can provide for the structure to join the different members. Okay, structure it is the structure it is the connection of the members. So different members is connected. So designing the connection is the most important part in the structural design. So I already discussed about the type of connections. There are three type of connections, which is riveted connection, bolted connection, and welded connection. So these three type of connection used widely in the steel structural members or steel structure. So when should we have to use these connections? What are the different criteria should we fulfill? These kind of things we are going to learn in this chapter. And going further, I have discussed about the riveted connection. What is the riveted connection? It is an old kind of connections, whether one bar or one wire of steel is inserted into the members or hole, and then by using a hammer the shape of a head is created. So next type of the connection is the bolted connection. So students, we are heading towards the bolted connection. So bolted connection is the one kind of connection which is widely used. You all might know about the bolt it is dragged from the wire which contained a head and nut. So bolt it is the structure where it contains, it made up from a steel wire where it contained the head, and second it contained nut for the fitting. It is a threaded wire, so we can detach it whenever we need it. So bolted connection is widely used. You all might be seeing anywhere in the steel structure or any other areas to connect the different members or different things. So students, concentrate here. There are three types of bolts. There are three types of bolts which are in the market or in the field. So the three type of bolt having is each having a different function or different properties. According to the properties, the using area is different. So first one is the unfinished black bolt. This is common type. Second is the finish or turn bolt, or third is the high strength friction grip bolt. So from these three, first one is the unfinished black bolt. So in unfinished black bolt is made up of a steel rod, mild steel rod. It is made up of a mild steel rod with a square or hexagonal head. Okay, it is square and hexagonal head. In this bolt, why it is called as unfinished bolt? Because the shank of the bolt is unfinished or rough. The shank of the bolt is not finished, it is rough. That's why it is called as an unfinished black bolt. Here you can see what we mean by shank, the portion next to the head and before the thread is known as a shank. This shank portion is the rough. That's why it is called as a black bolt or unfinished bolt. This is made up of a mild steel. The strength of a mild steel is 250 MPa. You know about this. Second thing is that these bolts are used for light structure and static loading. From made up of a mild steel wire and not finished bolt. That's why the grip of the bolt is less so it is used for the light structure like bracing or simple frames, etc. And static loading. There shouldn't be any dynamic loading. What is meant by dynamic loading? It is the moving loading, the load which moves suddenly, or the vibration it comes, that known as dynamic loading. And the static loading is statutory loading, or the stable loading. Continuous or concentrated loading is known as static loading. So generally black bolt is used for the light structure and static loading. And nominal diameter of a black bolt is 16, 20, 24, 30 and 36. For the diameter of that is available in the market, black bolt. Ratio of a tensile at threaded nominal area to the shank area is 0.78 as per IS 1367 part 1. So you can see here that the area at the thread, area at the shank and area at the thread, if we get its ratio, the ratio is about 0.78. So the threaded area is less than the shank area. So when we are taking the when we are going to take the area of a shank, the formula is pi by 4 d square. What is the d? D is the nominal diameter of the shank. But when there is a situation where you have to take the area of a thread, at that time you have to take this formula, which what it shows, it is the showing that only 78% of the shank diameter the thread content, the area of a thread area is 0.78. So this is it. First we see the unfinished mold, and next we are going to see the finished or turn bolt.